Okay, that is the last entry on the works cited page for this essay on Ian Fleming's colonialism and Cubby Broccoli's consumerism. Somebody has got to stop me, because the next time I volunteer to write a paper in the middle of the semester, I'm going to die. Man, oh man. I am exhausted. I think it is time to go to sleep. Unnamed device that does not pay me to promote them in my videos. Turn off the lights. Now, if I had a man like James Bond, maybe I wouldn't have to work this hard. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Overdressed much? It's called blending in with the scenery. Three-piece suits tend to stand out in commuter neighborhoods. I appreciate your knowledge of haberdashery. And what else do you know? Do you mean, do I know that there's a storm coming in? From which direction? It's actually all around, but as usual, from the east. Agent Farmer, Mary Farmer, National Security Agency. Bond, James Bond. Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Bond. Please have a seat. Thank you. As you can see, I took the liberty of ordering. I can see you took quite a few liberties. I'm not exactly used to having agents leaving notes on my seat with the words "top secret" on it. Oh, that's just a hoot. A surprise for later. But in the meantime, why don't you have a look at the menu? Mediterranean cuisine. Interesting choice. Yes, but it's not necessarily the Greeks that are the problem this time, even though I simply insist you try the dip. It's excellent. I will in a moment. I'd rather get down to business. This Cedrus Lebanoni. Lebanese cedar? Is that supposed to be some kind of a joke? Well, it's interesting that you caught on to that, Mr. Bond, because our man, whomever he is, seems to be able to grow trees in the desert. And that's not all that he can do. He's also been able to populate a bee population that is in decline, and he's been able to moderate an accelerating hotspot in Greenland. What does that tell you? This man knows something about weather and climate, and definitely makes him very dangerous. Exactly. Which is why we need to figure out where he is, and why he's decided to move his operations to Lebanon. Is that the part where you start to tell me about your, what was it that you said? Is this some kind of a joke? It's no more of a joke than the mojitos we're drinking. He's also somehow developed a kind of invisible ink that is also highly connected to the weather. As in, it only appears in certain temperatures or under certain water conditions. Exactly. And unfortunately, that puts him on a very short list of people. The top of that list is a man named Cedric Lawrence. Explains the name. It's easy to remember. Exactly, Mr. Bond. Very easy to remember. Some time ago, he began to exhibit near-psychotic tendencies. His colleagues at MIT thought it was exposure to mold in one of the labs. They removed him from that lab, sanitized the place, but he continued to exhibit those mental health tendencies. Fortunately, he also began to bring in several $1 million worth of grants that we've been able to trace back to Russian oligarchs and Saudi Arabian oil princes. Partners in crime. That's what we're thinking. I also understand that you knew him once. You two went to Cambridge together? Many years ago, and it wasn't Cambridge, it was Oxford. Cambridge, Oxford. I'm not big on titles. That's something you Brits enjoy. Is there anything else? Or are you going to continue to go through the list of stereotypes? Oh no, I leave all the stereotyping to the folks who came up with the Balfour Agreement. But I am curious. What makes you Brits so quick to want to jump on this? Usually you like the United States cleaning up your messes. Well, you missed Saigon, the Berlin Wall. We thought you could use a break. You're very funny, Bond, and I wish you a lot of luck. Thank you. Seriously, you're leaving? I don't see a particular reason to stay. And I'm not really one for pita and chips. Good day, Miss Farmer. Mr. Bond,